Hi, Zizaran here with another video, and with Path of Exile 2's 0.2 patch on the horizon, I figured it was time to start de-rusting and getting a little bit more ready for playing more PoE 2. Now, I never really got into leveling through the campaign particularly fast. I did roughly like 800 hours, 750, whatever, of playing, but most of that was at the end game. And recently, while I was playing the free shit event, there were PoE 2 races. Now, I was like, there was probably some really cool tips that people have learned by now, and I wanted to pick some of them up. So I asked Angormus, who won every single race, if he could tell me a lot of the things that like really sped him up and stuff. And I learned a lot of cool things. Some of them you'll see here. The most mind-blowing one to me was even the layouts are different between solo self on hardcore and softcore, and hardcore trade league and softcore trade league, which blew my mind. I didn't know that. There were a lot of cool things that I picked up. So I hope you guys enjoy watching it. And I was pretty rusty in the start. But at the end of it, I learned a lot. So it was really cool. Make sure you check out Angormus. Really cool content creator, and no wonder why he won those races. Angormus, what was your best Act 3 time so far for the races?
In the race, my best time was a 2:15:05, but the night before I had done a 2:13 deathless.
2:13. So that's 2 hours and 13 minutes to finish all 3 acts. What's your entire campaign time looking like?
If I'm doing like league start percent,
Yeah.
I got a 6:23 the other day. I think it can be like sub 6 if I just go a little bit faster,
Oh
be a little
wow.
more focused.
That is actually pretty insane. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to focus on like generic tips and tricks that'll help you guys at League Start. Obviously, he's a lot more comfortable with Warrior, but do remember that we have no idea what's happening with skill balance, and what's currently strong might not be strong. So yeah. So what do you want me to start out with doing? Just start running?
Yeah, you can just start running. When you get to the guy, if you roll and click Rurid, you can basically, if you get it the frame after, you can just skip the animation for that. You don't even have to click through it. You get it frame perfect.
Okay.
But otherwise, you just like alternate clicks and spacebar on any dialogue.
Spacebar and click. You just alternate.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's slightly faster for spamming if you don't have like a auto clicker.
Right. I'm guessing you don't kill much on the starting beach?
Yeah, you only kill Miller.
Cool.
And then what you want to do when you pick up before you pick up the shield is you want to have your one-hander in your second weapon swap. And then even with auto equip on, you don't pick up the shield automatically. It stays in your inventory.
Oh. Do you not want the shield on?
It's the movement speed penalty.
Oh.
Armor's minus 3%, 3% less. Armor hybrids are 1.5% less. Yeah.
Yeah, his camera isn't lagging. It makes the game lag a bit. There's a new Discord update.
And when you get to Miller, you want to have Rolling Slam equipped because you're going to use it when you heavy stun him.
Yeah.
But you just back yourself up against the wall in the top right of the zone, and there's this there's this little nook. Yeah, top right, like where he's like sawing to the right. There's this little nook you can cram yourself into after you stun him once. You basically can sit there and just hold down your Mace Strike the whole time, as long as you have your shield on.
Oh.
You don't have to dodge roll or anything. You just sit there in that little nook, like right above where you are right now, and you'll hit zombies that come from down below and from above as you're Mace striking down Miller.
Okay.
Yeah, and like that spot right there. If you just Mace strike, you just hold down left click.
Pretty fast actually. All right. So do you use? I'm guessing you use WSD.
Yeah, I use WSD. It lets you pre-move in town a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Like during the loading screen, if you hold down the keys, you're still moving for a bit.
Right. Okay.
Usually, what I do here most runs is I ID all and then I sell all, and then I try to buy a two-hander from Renly.
Oh,
Like
okay.
the priority is like a two-hander, a white two-hander is like all you need. A damaged two-hander is nice, but you almost never have the
So
gold.
I would literally sell 4 gold then?
Yeah, I sell for gold. I always sell for gold.
Alright. And what about the transmute? Are you desperate enough that you sell that for gold too, or?
If it lets me buy a two-hander, I sell it.
Right. Oh, actually, I have a bunch of
Yeah.
gold. Right. I don't know if we would have... Well, we probably would have had enough for 48 because I had 3 blue
Yeah.
items.
Yeah, if you get a 48 gold two-hander from Renly, you buy that.
Yeah.
And you equip that.
Perfect.
Because one-hander is just a single one-hander with shield sucks. You need Frost Bomb if you only get the one-hander.
Okay.
And then you need 2 one-handers ideally if you don't get a two-hander.
Yeah. And then, do you have like a set skill tree that you go for?
Yeah, I sent you a POB, but you go straight down the line damage.
Oh yeah, I see it. Perfect. Let me grab it. Got it. Perfect. All right. All right, so Clarifell's layout's pretty simple.
Yeah. If you just hug, this is solo self-found softcore or
This is
okay,
just standard.
Yeah. I don't remember if it's different in Trade League or not for this, but you just hug a wall and you get like the skill chest on one side, and then you get Devourer waypoint on the other side, and beer towards the exit on the far end of the
So,
zone.
can layouts be different depending on if you're solo self-found or not?
Yes.
Wait,
And it
that's,
depends on which zone.
oh, that's pretty crazy. So I'm guessing...
Do you have a Bone Shatter already?
No, I don't. I'll get it.
Yeah.
I'll just enter...
If you get a big fact like that, Bone Shatter basically one-shots that whole pack.
Yeah. Oh god.
Yeah, so Mudburrow is on the right side in this league, and Solo Self-Found Softcore, it's on the left side.
Oh wait, it pauses when
Like some of these.
when I take it, doesn't it?
Yep.
I could have done that. Alright.
So the biggest deal with Rolling Slam into Bone Shatter is that it's an animation cancel.
Yeah. So do you do Devour first, or do you do the Ice Scroll first?
I do Biera into getting the Grellwood checkpoint after having grabbed Mudburrow checkpoint. And then I checkpoint back to Mudburrow after I go to the Mudburrow checkpoint, I grab that, I go to Biera, kill her,
Yeah.
get the Grellwood exit wait checkpoint, and then I checkpoint back to Mudburrow and go inside. Because you
So-
can get good loot from Biera. If she
Yeah.
drops like a Great Oak Hammer or like any damage plus, Devourer is much faster.
So now that I've already found the Devourer, and I'm guessing the camp is over here, would I go for that?
Not if you get a two-hander. You don't need it.
Oh, okay.
Like, Frost Bomb's just not worth it. Because a Mace Strike is just more damage, and there's no delay on it.
Did you practice any other classes?
No, I only play melee characters, anyways, in RPGs. But
Makes sense.
something you can do against Bira to like kill her a lot faster is you can drag in a lot of wolves if you can manage it, and then you can just bone shatter them all. Yeah.
Ah, smart. Oh.
Like these wolves here, if you do the first rolling slam into bone shatter combo, you can do a lot of damage to her.
So, what about is there anything that you over level for so that you aren't in the range of getting killed?
Over level?
Yeah, like
there's like 3 main places to stop for XP in normal. There's Halani Gates. There's like after the second checkpoint in the Halani Gates before Jamara. There's a pack of like statues that gives you like 9 to 10% XP a level every time you kill them.
Yeah.
So you just like reset a checkpoint there to catch up to like level 20.
Right.
If you're behind. And then there's Dreadnought. You can farm up to like 32 there efficiently. And then there's Azak Bogs, like where you burn the effigies. You can farm up to like 37 there efficiently.
Okay. Cool. And did you say you animation cancel the rolling slam so that as soon as you have the stun? Yeah.
Yeah, so you do the first, you cast Rolling Slam,
Like
and then before it lands, you can do Bone Shatter to cancel the second slam.
Right, that makes sense. Yeah, I have not been doing that. Cool.
Yeah, that's the if you do a second Rolling Slam, it's much slower and it's not
Yeah.
consistent.
Yeah. I was doing that and I was like, that's not great. So that makes a
So
lot of
here you
sense.
go back to Devour after
Okay.
killing Biera.
Cool. I guess I would just waypoint there.
Yeah, I would just checkpoint there from inside
Yeah,
the
that's what I
zone.
meant. Yeah. Perfect.
And then whenever you come back out of town, you just leave Clearfell Clearfell encamp. But you leave the encampment to Clearfell and you just checkpoint to the exit instead of taking the waypoint in because it's slower.
Right. Smart. And then I'm guessing you don't kill much in Mudborough and you're mostly focusing on like very big packs?
Yeah, yeah, for the most part. That checkpoint to the right, there's like a hatchery zone that has a bunch of like white items and wisdoms usually.
Okay.
And since that blue pack is like a resettable blue pack, like I'll go there, I'll get the loot, and then I'll reset a checkpoint, and then hopefully you get two good blue packs there. A blue mud golem's a skip though; it takes too long.
Yeah. Okay. And then with the animation cancel and rolling slam, do you do that like the entire time? Like you're like
Yes, the
cool.
entire time you use Rolling Slime, you have to do that combo.
Okay.
Because otherwise you won't get your Bone Shatter primes if you do 2 Rolling Slams.
Yeah.
If you do the second one.
Cool.
And the first one's the one with the increased stun buildup on it.
Oh.
Like the second Rolling Slam does more damage if the target is stunned, which is why you use it on Miller.
Yeah. And do
when
you
he's
roll
stunned.
to cancel or how do you cancel it?
You just cast Bone Shatter at the right time.
Oh,
You
okay. I
do
need to
Rolling
practice
Slam,
that.
and then midway through the animation, you can just buffer it. After your damage lands on the first part of Rolling Slam, there's like a very small window from when you can still buffer it before it forces you into the second Rolling Slam, and then you'd have to like dodge roll out of it.
Okay, I got it. Perfect. No, I was rolling in the start, so.
Yeah, you can roll out of it, and you can do movement out of it to cancel the second slam too.
Cool.
It's just Bone Shatter's the fastest.
Yeah, no, that like already feels really good to be honest.
Corruption has twisted it into a nightmare.
Main thing to note against Devour is like, yeah, you're just trying to deep some downhill move, whatever. But when he comes out of the red slam for the first time, he's always going to do a spit move, and you can just raise your shield against it.
Okay. So this one?
No, when he yeah.
Yeah.
What you can do with the grubs is you can just do a rolling slam onto them, so long you have a white two-hander, and you can Bone Shatter them against the Devour.
Okay. I see. Oh. Oh god. On hardcore, I'm like used to like over leveling, so I'm like never in danger. Gonna have to like get better at dodging and stuff while being on par. How often when practicing do you die and stuff? So like pretty much never.
I practice until self-found hardcore now,
Oh,
but
awesome.
up until like before the races, I was dying a fair bit.
Yeah.
But I wasn't forced to like not die until then.
That makes sense. Yeah, because I'm guessing I didn't see you die at all during the races. Did you?
I had 4 deaths across all 3.
Oh, okay. That's pretty good though.
Yeah, I only died once in the first race to Chimera.
Yeah.
I hadn't practiced it.
I need to start
And
dodging
then
that better.
yeah. And then I ate a random death in Grim Tangle in the third.
Right. Is there anything that you're like particularly scared of in the first 3 acts that you're like, it's a big chance to die?
Not anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, not if I'm gonna be like, the league start runs are really easy because you're over leveled.
Mm-hmm.
You're not like doing a level 28 rush.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh
in the
yeah,
level
that makes
28
sense.
rush, it's
So you just
waterways. That's the most dangerous.
yeah, yeah, because you're just running pretty much at some point. When do you stop killing and just run?
It depends on when. Like early on, you're never gonna be over level. Like you can just basically kill as you go along.
Yeah.
It's not until like end of Act 2, Act 3 that like you start worrying about your like XP bar too much. As long as you're like at a certain point.
Cool.
Like ideally, you want to be entering Red Veil at like level 4, for example, so you already have your medium life flask on.
All right, this should be fine now. That took too long, but here we are.
My satchel is full.
All right.
Yeah, most of the time with like Warrior in a two-hander start, you can kill Biera and Devour and be entering Grellwood in like 6 minutes at worst.
That's really good. And then, yeah, we have infinite portals in PoE too. It's been a while.
Yeah. So this level 2 skill gem, we put that onto Bone Shatter for the extra damage against like ideally you can use that against Aragne and the Rust King.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The extra damage, and then if you happen to have an extra one, you put one to Rolling Slam, but
Cool. I do.
it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. And then I'm guessing I never want to wear a chest.
Honestly, you can wear like a chest. It doesn't really matter. It won't matter too much at the start. It's better not to die.
Okay. And do you
Like,
disenchant much, or do you still continue selling everything for gold?
I sell everything for gold at
Do you
this
ID
point.
things?
I don't disenchant until like towards Act 2 or 3 if I haven't gotten regals yet to like all in on a weapon.
What about things like identifying, or do you sell them un-ID'd?
Rares you always identify, and then if you have the gold, if you have like the Wisdom Sword, jewelry is the best stuff to identify because they're worth more gold.
Right.
And more modifiers mean more gold most of the time. Sometimes you get screwed though on the identify.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But like usually rares are always worth identifying.
Cool. Support
And
generally?
The first one you put in right now, it's concentrated effect, and you put it in Mace Strike.
Okay.
It's the best steeps you can get off Mace Strike.
Makes sense. Excellent. Got it on the two-hander. And then
You just have to
obviously for people that just want to like improve like every single class, what do you think slows down people the most?
I mean, probably just like not knowing layouts a little bit. A lot of the layouts generate in like very predictable ways. It's just like you just have to figure out which one you're in at worst.
Mm-hmm.
But like most zones follow like the same general rules. If you had a gold fort, you check for a movement speed boots you right now. One satyrs costs like 230,
Okay.
and 2 satyrs can cost up to like 400 max.
Okay. Yeah, I accidentally have my standard gold, so it's a little hard to keep track on how much gold I'm supposed to have. Oh god. I guess I have to be careful because I see you keep like pulling like really big packs, but I guess it's easy to get stun locked.
Yeah, it's really easy to get stun locked. But you want to pull the big packs together for the Bone Shatters.
Oh, I got a blue club. +2 melee skills.
That's actually big.
Yeah. So
yeah, you go into Ragna's hut.
Okay.
If you hug the wall opposite of the checkpoint, you can walk in without triggering the checkpoint, and then you can save it to like refuel mid-fight.
Wait, say that again?
If you hug the wall, entering her hut on the opposite side of the checkpoint, you can like not trigger the checkpoint walking in,
Oh,
and then you can get like a refuel mid-fight.
Oh, that's cool.
If you save the checkpoint. But
That's very cool.
there's like some mods you want to reset at checkpoint for and re-roll her mods. She's just a rare champ.
Yeah.
And then that cauldron gives you like Trail of Fire. I just reset on.
Oh, so if she does Trail of Fire, you reset?
Yeah, like Trail of Fire and Evasive are reset mods because they're too dangerous.
Oh, I see. That's smart. I didn't even think about that.
And then her cauldron in her hut gives you the free to medium flasks.
But Do you, if you're doing the trick where you haven't done her checkpoint, do you take the checkpoint and then restore or
I would
respawn
still
a
take,
checkpoint?
yeah.
Okay, cool.
The checkpoint's just like nice to have, but you
Yeah.
don't need it to fight her. But it just makes it safer.
So ice and cold resist, that's fine.
Yeah.
Cool. That's cool. I didn't even think about that. They would just reset.
Yeah.
So
But
is
you
it
just nice strike her down.
Is it just Trail of Fire and
Those are like the worst ones, but like double damage can be a little dangerous. Armored makes
Yeah.
her take a really long time compared sometimes.
Oh
That
my
depends
God.
on your weapon.
What about the periodically unleash ice? Do you care about that?
No, but right now that does lightning damage.
Right.
If you notice it shocked you, it's been bugged for a little bit.
Right. What's the safest ones?
Like energy shield,
Yeah.
or just like add just one extra damage mod.
Yeah.
But otherwise, you could just kind of like face tank her and auto her down. You just don't want to stand in her cold vortex.
Yeah.
And she'll TP even if she's like stunned.
Okay.
It's like regardless of her stun status.
Right.
No one is safe from
So then in this zone,
Here you'd go like northeast.
okay.
Because the points of interest, Brambleghast, Grimtangle, and the Waypoint are in like a diamond shape. Sometimes it's like straight across and more like a pyramid, but it depends on like how cramped the zone is vertically. But the reason why you go northeast first is because if you go southeast, there's this layout that exists where it's a giga dead end, bottom right.
Okay.
And you just end up, and if it's the waypoint there, you're stuck. You have to like end up walking around still.
Oh, by the way, do you wait? How do I?
Yeah, you forgot the flasks too, in the cauldron.
Oh, did I not loot them? I'll go back.
Yeah.
In the like skill menu, is there anything where you do like always attack in place or anything like that?
I don't, but I'm sure there's something you could like figure out that'd be better. Like maybe loop slam is a bit better with it. But with like the current state of like name locking, it's pretty important to just never like try not to like have your mouse over a mob when you're leap slamming.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, here's
This zone looks like it's a vertically cramped zone, so you might end up just going straight right here and finding something. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I got the Tree of Souls. Excellent. And then I'm guessing Red Veil is right below me here. Actually, it makes
Yeah.
such a
So
big
Red
difference
Veil
with the
always spawns
animation
alongst
cancel.
the water. If there's no water, Red Veil can't be spawning there.
Ah,
Like one of the sides of it always has water alongside it.
okay. That's a good tip.
Yeah, like that's Brambleghast up to your top left there, it's directly north of you now.
And do you usually kill him?
No,
Okay.
but he's like an indicator of where the Red Veil entrance is.
Yeah.
And then usually it's like,
So I'm
usually I end
guessing
up looking for
that
a Grimtangle.
is that the
before I enter.
Brambleghast? That I'm
Yeah.
hovering over? Cool. And sorry, what did you say you were looking before you enter Red Veil?
Usually I go and find the Grimtangle, and then I take the enter, take the waypoint, and then leave and go to Red Veil first.
Okay. Makes sense.
And usually doing that, you're able to hit level 4 before entering Red Veil.
Yeah. I'm already level 4. I've been overkilling a bit.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing down here is a dead end.
Yeah, usually what you do is you like checkpoint back to the Witch's Hut for if you find the waypoint first, and then
Yeah.
if you find Grimtangle first, you checkpoint back to the Witch's Hut, and then look for the waypoint from there, and then head all the way over to Red Veil.
Okay. So it's closer to up there.
Yeah. And then that way, even if you get like the Giga dead end, you can just waypoint to Grimtangle and eat an extra loading screen
Right.
at worst.
Yeah,
or
I
you can
should've
like
done that.
leave a TP at the Red Veil entrance and go to town.
Yeah, that would have made sense.
Like if this is Bramblegast over here,
Yeah, it is.
it's probably to the. This one's a weird one in standard.
I had no
Like
idea that there were
it's
like different
opposite. It's
layouts
opposite
per.
of the waypoint for sure. In relation to everything else.
Okay.
Guy Haddy's
Guy that dies,
underscore
thank you for the
my stream
ride.
with 17
Also, good job on the
views.
races, dude. So, oh, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
just
found
saw the
it.
mushrooms.
I
And
had
then
it.
the Grim Tangle thing, it always spawns, and it's forced to spawn like that. So the Grim Tangle entrance is always to the oriented that way on
Right.
that piece.
Cool, and then I just go grab the waypoint, then we checkpoint out of here.
And if you know layouts, my like notes won't work in standard league in the trade leagues right now.
Oh,
But like you can tell based off the entrance style and the orientation of the entrance style, which way you're facing and what side the waypoint is on. You can narrow it down to like 1 out of 2 or 1 out of 1 layouts.
that's actually crazy because like I've been playing solo self-on, so I wonder how much like how different are any of the layouts the same or?
They're just like mirrored in a weird way, or like
Oh,
rotated in a weird way. Like standard league is just like that's the main difference between like
that's
early game
nuts.
layouts. Is they're just like mirrored or like rotated or both along like a y-axis.
Yeah. So basically the opposite of what I would normally run is going to be the layouts then.
I would check the river down left there
Okay.
on the before the first bridge
Yeah.
in this layout.
Oh, before the first bridge. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you almost always cross the first bridge in most of these layouts, but sometimes there's like a obelisk in the first section here.
Okay. Yeah, there is. Nice.
Yeah, so this one we call a. It's the direction's a little bit different in Soul Self-Found, but in softcore. But this one, the waypoint is like below the entrance extension line,
Yeah.
and you just follow the river to the first obelisk, and then you're gonna cross that bridge back over.
Oh, so I go back up?
Yeah, you go back to the first bridge
Okay.
and cross it.
It's
And then
really-
you're gonna continue straight from the bridge. You're gonna go straight towards the wall.
Okay. It's actually really weird. I hadn't like considered it, but it's literally like you said, it's the opposite of what I feel it should be from the SSF runs I've been doing. Wonder why that is.
Yeah, it's rotated like it would be rotated a different way. The orientation's just all messed up.
Yeah.
And then the third obelisk, you basically run down and like slightly right, usually through the. You just run through like the middle of the zone though, downwards.
Okay.
And then the trick in this zone is all those like refined arms and rusted arms stuff. You click all of them because they have a high chance of dropping a great oak hammer.
Oh, okay. When it comes to rolling slam, do you just assume that it's going to prime them?
I assume it's gonna prime them because I know what like early game especially like what values that
Yeah.
it'll be primed at. Like
Makes sense.
if you have a white
My God.
level 1 mace here, you slot in like conk effect to your rolling slam, and it'll always proc in this zone.
Yeah.
If you have like a white oak hammer, you just slot that in, no conk effect, it'll always proc basically.
Ah.
If you have like plus damage on stuff, that's where it gets like a little tricky and you have to see
Yeah.
early game. But like a white oak hammer will be fine until like the cemetery, outside of like the cemetery bosses.
I'm really struggling not like overcommitting while trying to like get down a pack with Bone Shatter.
Yeah, it's tricky. You have to like, ideally you have like a fur plate to wear here, but you can do this naked and not be worried about death.
Yeah. It's the combo of the ranged units.
Yeah, like the snakes you have to like focus on. They're like the most dangerous mob in this zone.
Yeah.
But like the range damage is a lot in this zone.
Oh God. Yeah, it's crazy compared to the other zones. Oh god, I am so screwed. I'm so used to just like giga over leveling so that I don't have this issue.
Yeah. Like if you wanted to be super, if you have like a fur plate on in this zone, it's really hard to die.
Okay.
Because it gives like, it's like a 60 armor piece at this point.
My satchel is full.
It really shows like the difference between practice and not though. Which is really cool. Yeah, I'll try to find a fur plate. That'll probably help a lot.
So you go like down and left from this obelisk in this layout, the
Down
way
and
it's
left,
rotated. Yeah, just like through the middle of the zone, basically. Like if you're at the wall, you want to be like a little bit away from it. And
There's
then
a lot
the
of ranged
obelisk in this
units.
zone, the ground around them's a bit different, and they make a like a significant amount of sound.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a little too far left, but
Yeah.
holy snakes.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. I have no potions.
Yeah. Something you can
fine.
always do in
Mhm.
any zone is you can reset a checkpoint and go back to the waypoint, and right now that'll also refill your flasks again every time you reset a checkpoint.
Yeah. The next obelisk
I
would
don't
have
know.
a checkpoint, right?
Yeah. If you click the next obelisk, you'll heal up.
Oh, oh god. Okay, I see a fur plate. I just can't get it. Oh god. I want it. This is fine.
So close to level up.
I know. I don't know if I can get it safely though with all the ranged units. Just kind of hoping to get So wait, where was the obelisk compared to me now?
It would be like
Oh,
down and then slightly left,
I see it.
but like from the obelisk.
Oh wait, there's no. Oh, there is a checkpoint.
Yeah,
Hey.
if you click on the obelisk, it'll be the checkpoint too. And then you already have the big pack near you for
Yeah.
the Rest King. If you want to use them to like bone shatter him early.
Right.
What you
Smart.
can do on this when he spawns the ads is you can bone shatter them against him and basically one shot him or one
Okay.
tap him from like half.
Makes sense. What about the Oak Raid Hammer versus we have the +2 melee skills?
I would just check like auto damage, like your
Yeah.
mace strike damage, but it doesn't really for like Rest King. It doesn't really matter.
Makes sense.
Like a white 48 gold filled great club is plenty. But yeah, you just auto for single target here.
Yeah.
Once
I
the
was trying
mobs
to
are
do
good.
the bone shatter thing.
I'm not sure what HP percentage is, but whenever he gets phase is when he does this lightning attack, and you can
Yeah.
get one shot if you stand like in the wrong spot right under him.
Okay. I'm not always able to animation cancel the rolling slam actually.
It's a little tricky to get used to.
Yeah.
There's like there's a timing to it for sure. But like what the trick to Rest King is you just stand on him, and as the mobs like come in and circle in on you, is when
Yeah.
you do the rolling slam into Bone Shatter to get them all to like proc off him.
Let's look at see if this is. Oh yeah, it is an upgrade. Cool. Got a rare potion. Last quest item.
I would always slot in the Great Oak Hammer there at this point with just like unless you had like 47% IPD.
Yeah. Okay. What about
And
do
then,
you craft on that then or?
If town doesn't give me any like plus damage, I would.
Okay. Cool.
Like I always check town for like a weapon first before I like craft on that at this point because you're going back to town anyways.
Mhm.
And then priority loot is given to like rares and then sockets and weapon quality to like
Right.
scrap later.
Okay. Cool.
So when you go to this town, you're looking for good weapon, movement speed boots, and then +5 strength anywhere.
Yeah.
And then if you can still afford it, plus damage on gloves.
Cool. Got it. I'll buy a few extra wisdoms there. I think I had 110,000 gold, so I think I have like 670. I think maybe check can help keep me right. Let's see. Yeah, so there's no Great Hammer with any stats. I do have a Transmute. Would you use that then?
Yeah, I would. You know, you can use it on your weapon right now, or you can wait until the cemetery bosses.
Okay,
It
so I
doesn't
don't
make a
really need
huge
damage
difference
until
at this
then.
point. Yeah.
Okay, and then
Like
level...
you'll notice it if you don't have damage against like Asunia and Draven and Lachlan.
Yeah,
They're still doable without, but it won't feel too bad.
cool.
And then if they don't have that, you check for like plus strength on gear or movement speed boots.
Yeah.
So here you got to go to Grelwood first.
Oh yeah, for the...
You got a free stun.
Yeah.
And what you do is every time you put a spike in, once the spike is in, you can dodge roll out of the animation.
Yeah.
And then what you can do is on the third one, when the spike goes in, you reset at checkpoint and then waypoint the down. Or you can like just dodge roll out of it, make a portal.
So wait, so I respawn at checkpoint now?
When you put the third one in, or you can like just dodge roll out of it and make a portal out. It depends on like how fast your loading screens are.
Right. Yeah, EU loading screens are pretty slow. Okay. And then you have to talk to Una in town?
Yeah, Una in town, and then you can go back to Grimtangle. And when you talk to her in Grimtangle, you click on her once to summon her, and you click on her again to do the song to clear the blockage. And when you click on her to clear the blockage, you can reset a checkpoint, and it'll just be cleared, and you'll skip the song animation.
So wait, so I go back to town after talking to her?
Yeah, after you talk to her in the Grelwood. But not in the Grimtangle. That's when you do the reset at checkpoint to skip the song animation.
Right. I should have done that. Okay. And there's so many small things, I love it. It's actually very different from PoE1 speedrunning. We don't have respawn at checkpoint there.
The main thing in Grimtangle is ideally you're pathing towards Druid at some point. You hope to find him because he has a support gem. The Druid in this zone, he has a support gem.
Okay, so you really
if you don't find him here, you're forced to find the Trove in Asinia zone.
Yeah, so at the moment, I have 2 level 1 support gems and 1 level 3 active gem.
Oh, so you should the support gem you get from Aragne is supposed to be Bone Shatter, and for Bone Shatter you get Impact Shockwaves.
Okay. Got it.
And then if you don't have Conk Effect and Mace Strike already, you would do that. And if you do get an extra gem early, you go Martial Tempo, and then you don't need to like worry about finding Druid.
Okay, and is that on Mace Strike?
Yeah, you can put Martial Tempo, you can swap it between Rolling Slam and Mace Strike early on.
Oh, that's
like
nice.
When you're clearing and doing single target.
Yeah.
I swap the in between all the time while leveling up.
That
basically.
makes sense.
And the same with Leap
That
Slam
does feel
and
a lot
Perfect
better,
Strike later.
It's awesome. I kind of wish I'd started on Soul Self-Found. I'm like...
Yeah, I could tell you exactly where to go if it was Soul Self-Found right now.
Yeah.
But this looks like it could be a boss arena behind the entrance.
Uh-huh.
If you went like top left from where you were when I started talking.
Oh.
There's like a quarter of the zones in Grimtangle. The boss arena for Druid is like behind the entrance.
Okay.
Or like in this case to the west of the entrance it could be.
Okay, I'll go look there. So the maps are more consistent than standard? No, so it's what he was saying was that the layouts are different between solo self-found and non-solo self-found. Yeah, you're right. The boss arena's here. Do I bother killing him when I have it?
I would kill him anyways. And then if you don't walk in on the side that has the checkpoint, after you kill him, you can reset at checkpoint and go out that way. Because you get the checkpoint the second he's damageable.
Okay.
And if you wanted to skip him, you could just like hug the wall to the right there and not fight him.
Okay.
And just like skip his zone.
Yeah, so if you didn't follow chat, the layouts are basically mirrored between standard and Soul Self-Found, or between Trade League and Soul Self-Found. So since I've...
The only thing is...
Oh, sorry,
Oh,
go on.
sorry. You just want to make sure you have a martial tempo on your base strike
Oh,
when you
yeah.
fight bosses.
Thank you. Got it. So all the layouts that I'm used to from playing SSF are basically the opposite. Is there exceptions?
There are some zones that are pretty static.
Okay.
Like not necessarily like the same exact layout, but all zones like will follow the same generation rules.
Yeah.
Zones like Dreadnought don't really change in Act
True.
2. Act 3 has a lot of static zones outside of Infested Barrens and Jungle, Infested Barrens and Chimeral Wetlands are like the highest variance
Yeah.
in Act 3, I think.
Okay.
But otherwise, they're like pretty consistent.
I wonder why they did different layouts between SSF and Trade. That's crazy to me.
I think they're supposed to change every league too.
Yeah. Do you expect
Like,
layouts to be very different?
like the rules for Redville, they'll work like regardless of which league you're in. You just have to figure out like the rotation makes it a little weird.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like like how you would solve a zone, like run through a zone like Cemetery and like Freythorn is the same. And then Manor can be like reversed. You can be entering Manor on from like the other side.
Should be here. Yep. I think maybe. Yep. All right. Man, I kind of wish I restarted, but it's a bit late now.
So in Cemetery, you just want to make sure you check get the waypoint because you don't automatically get it, and then the best way to like run through the zone is you just like hug a wall.
Yeah.
And you hope that one of the entrances isn't in the middle of the map.
Okay.
And then if you hug a wall, you also get like the ring. You also get the ring encounter most of the time. You're aiming for like level 7 before you enter the first zone. On Warrior.
Oh, I'm getting stun locked. Oh, that was.
And those those stalkers will chase you through the whole map, especially if you don't have movement speed. So you can just grab a like huge pack of them up together with skeletons at some point.
Okay. Here's Tomb of the Consort.
And there's a nice little trick you can do to get 2 chances at level 11 loot from these bosses.
Yeah.
Is if you enter the zone one of these zones first, and then you enter the other zone.
Mm-hmm.
The second zone will be level 9. You see how Tomb of the Consort's level 8 right now? If you enter Tomb of the Consort after you enter Draven, it'll be a level 9 zone if you make a new instance now.
Oh, okay.
But you have to enter the Draven zone first.
Yeah.
It's like it.
So should I do that, or would you just do Tomb of the Consort now?
I would enter Draven zone first because Draven's a harder boss fight, and Asinia's XP is a lot better in her zone. So like what you do here is you look for Draven and you look for the ring at the same time while XPing.
Yeah.
And then I do Draven first. Like I enter Draven zone first, enter out, go back, checkpoint back to Asinia's zone, and then from there create a new instance so it's level 9 loot. And then when you enter Draven, you'd have to create a new instance.
What about the level 3 skill gem? Do I use that already, or?
You put that on shield charge.
Okay.
And then ideally, if you get like plus strength on loot somewhere, you can equip it right away at level 6. Otherwise, you just have to wait till level 7 to use it.
Yeah.
But like you have an Amber Amulet on top of that too.
Yeah, I do. Just need level 8. And then, did you skip killing monsters in Predator Zone because they were hard, or?
No, it's just like the XP is the density is a lot better in Asinia's zone.
Okay, makes sense.
So I just do that first to get another level before Draven. And like another chance to like get a good like Great Oak Hammer with damage.
Yeah. Oh, I have not set up my weapon priority stuff.
Yeah, you want to do. Ideally, you do that right away.
Yeah.
Like in Clearfell.
Yep. There we go.
You can right-click the skills on your skill bar too to do it. You don't have to like
I
open up
did
the
not
gem
know
menu.
that.
Yeah. You can like right-click and set attacks without moving and etc.
Oh, that's awesome.
Meek 43
Thank you.
And then generally
L_MRN
in this zone,
is
if you
firing
run through the
Ziz's
middle,
laser.
about 80% of the time, Draven will be like opposite quadrant of the entrance tile.
Okay, so far
There's
west.
a unique like center tile. Yeah.
Got it.
And then the entrance to Draven is like the checkpoint tile is always the same. Like I'm pretty sure you just walked past it.
Oh, so it's bottom left?
Directly west from the waypoint.
Okay.
And then in between that is the center tile. That's like a unique tile in this zone. It's always in the middle.
Okay, and then Pretty Martial Temple and Mace Strike.
And so long you have like a Grado camera.
Oh yeah,
Ideally
was
some
I gonna
damage.
transmute it?
Or I mean, I would. You can do it while it's still equipped.
Okay. Got 3 to 5 fire damage.
But you don't have to like unequip it to roll items,
Oh.
even in your offhand. But basically, if I have a fur plate here and with plus damage out camera, I just sit in front of him and auto him down outside of his swipe with the volley.
Okay.
That's the only skill you're like really worried about.
Got it.
And then when Asinia comes out, if you walk in a circle around him, you can basically miss almost no time off of damage.
Okay. Got it.
Instead of like running around. Yeah, just like that.
This life ends now. These spirits are mine.
Oh, I'm out of potions. I'll respawn. Alright, I'll try face tanking more with I actually
And
got a
then
ton
you
for
can just
potions.
go straight to the. You can go to the waypoint here from the checkpoint.
Wait, what?
If you,
Oh!
I don't know if this is
Subscribe for 4
intended,
months.
but right now,
Jesus.
if you go to waypoint after resetting at checkpoint, it refreshes your bots.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, so it does. I did not know that either. PoE 1 muscle memory of unequipping? Yeah, pretty much. It's actually like so different, the two games for speedrunning.
Soul for my collection.
It's like relearning everything. I feel like a toddler.
Slowly. I will end your meaningless.
And I know you're not using WAS, but
No, I am
after playing
actually.
PoE 1, oh, you are? Okay. Yeah, after playing like PoE 1, even for thousands of hours, WAS feels a lot better here.
Yeah. Like, WSD definitely feels a lot better. Right. That went better. I don't know if I can do the auto attack thing. I'd actually love to see you, I kind of want to like open your vault and look what the difference is. Because I'm like running out of healing potions when face tanking.
Yeah, the only move you really dodge roll on is like big 3 swipes. Otherwise, you can usually just face tank them.
Yeah, I'm running out of healing potions doing that. Wonder if what else I'm doing wrong. I'll try again. By the moment, I'm trying to only dodge those and the circles, obviously.
A Karui soul for my collection. You shall die.
The worse your weapon is, like usually the more you have to dodge. Are you you're level 7, right?
Yeah. Oh, I got hit by his
I know
volley there.
I usually do Asinia first, just because it helps to get a little more gear before Draven.
Right.
Because Asinia, you can just actually just let click on her, and you don't even have to dodge for anything. But like she has 2 abilities worth dodging.
Succumb to the Empire.
Okay. I'll just dodge a bit more.
Yeah, the sword swipe he does with the volley can absolutely just shotgun and one tap you.
Yep.
If you eat the slash and the volley.
So at this point, when I am feeling slightly weak, what would you do to like rectify this?
You can check down for better mace, or you
Uh-huh.
can do Asinia first. That's really it.
Okay.
Like, if you don't have like damage on gloves, if you don't have like armor in every piece,
Yeah.
like the best item, the best soak hammer you could have right now is like IPD 40% plus and like +2 melee.
I mean, I could buy this with a suffix and try augmenting it. That's pretty much the only thing we could do.
But I like the weapon you have right now should be fine.
Yeah. Up to 13 lightning. Yeah. All right. I
Holy
guess
shocks.
yeah, I guess I'll just do Asinia first then.
Yeah, especially in this case, because when you hit level 8, you're gonna have the Amber Amulet as well.
Yeah. Oops, wrong one. So are you looking to do any other classes than warrior, or are you just gonna stay on warrior? Do you think?
I only enjoy melee, so I'm only
Nice.
gonna play melee.
Yeah, Chad.
And it looks like you're getting like a U-turn consort zone. So
Okay.
like, you know how you went down one path?
Yeah.
The other path is worth checking for if you don't find the support gem shield rare naturally, because that's a very high percentage chance he's spawning over there to the top right, or like directly right of the entrance.
Wait, repeat that again?
Like so in this Asinia's tomb, there's a encounter with the embattled trove, where you get it's a rare shield guy, Death Knight, who has a support gem drop guarantee.
So I should go the other way?
It's worth checking when you need the support gem after finding Asinia.
Okay. Oh, after finding it.
Yeah, but like yeah, if you go down one way and he's not there, you
Yeah.
could double check real quick at the start.
Yeah. Oh, should I have resetted this zone actually to make it level 9?
Yes, when you entered, like you should have created a new instance, so
I'll
it'd
do
be
that.
level 9, because you would get 2 chances at
Yeah.
level 11 loot,
Got it.
or in this case, that's another chance to get a Forge Maul drop off the boss.
Smart.
As a white Forge Maul is better, is plenty damage for Act 1, and it's more damage than like a top roll IPD
Yeah.
Great Oak Hammer.
Starting to get a bit more used to swapping gems too.
Dodge this!
Oh,
Yeah, you get used to doing it because you'll be doing it all the time on Warrior.
yeah.
And it's mostly martial tempo, but like as you go through zones and your weapon doesn't get upgraded, you need to like slot in Overpower and Conk Effect into Rolling Slam to keep up with
Got the,
Bone Shatter
treasure.
priming, and then you need to take it out. Yeah. Well, so he has like a bunch of skeletons that spawn with him, so you just Bone Shatter them on him. And when you have a good weapon, you get lucky with the procs, you basically just one tap them.
Yeah. Makes sense. I haven't played as much melee. My only melee was Shockwave Totem. Very different. Alright, I'm level 8. Got the amulet. Support gems. What would you do now? I have 2 actually.
You want to save one of them for like Ink AoE on Bone Shatter,
Yep.
or Magnified Effect, and then the other one you can use on premeditation on Infernal Cry once you get it.
Okay, so... Oh, I don't have enough int yet.
Yeah, you won't have enough int yet. That's why it's a save for.
Yeah. Makes sense.
But having a Magnified on effect on Bone Shatter is really big for your clear later.
Yeah. Got it. Ooh.
If you don't have it by Fraythorn,
I'm
you
so
really
screwed.
feel it. Yeah, shield rare like that. If I can't get like a good bone shatter proc off like
Yeah.
random mobs on him, I just leave him.
Yeah. It's okay, died in the end. Honestly, the fire spell things are the most painful.
These bleed guys can hurt a lot. If you don't have a good weapon, you won't be able to like bone shatter prime them, but you can like
Okay.
kill them if you bone shatter prime the skeletons near them. And that happens a lot in a lot of big zones, is that if you have like too low damage.
Yeah. Makes sense. Okay.
Here you just take the all the damage nodes straight through. The
Yeah.
ink AoE you get later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ah, I
You
see.
just you go straight. If you take only damage nodes, you get 110% damage in like 10 levels.
Got it. Yeah, the POB has it like with an open node there, so I got confused.
And then later on for like later on when you get to higher levels, you just want to stack AoE on AoE.
Oh god. I never even noticed that like when you're low health, you hear the heartbeat. Alright. And then the other support gem was for Infernal Cry?
Yeah, you say if you get an extra support gem at this point, if you get like all the supports and +1, you can save one for premeditation.
Okay.
And this also lets you not worry about like if you get an early support drop early, it means you also don't have to like worry about finding an encounter. It's just like a bonus to find the encounter at that point.
Everything's fine. I'm so screwed though. I'm fine actually.
If you notice you're already missing attacks at this level, so like getting plus dex or plus accuracy on gear, it brings you back up to like 100% chance to hit at this point.
Yeah, I've noticed a few attacks missing. Okay, I got the checkpoint. We're good. Alright, swapping Rolling Stone for Mace Strike. Now, any tips for Asinia for melee?
The only big thing is when she eats Ghost Corpse, is that she will do her like big skull attack. Usually. And then the only thing that's really noticeable damage-wise from her, other than like the telegraphed like circle attack, is the bone cage that she puts you in. If you can bait it out properly, you can be away from her when she casts it, so she's outside of that cage, and then you can auto her down for free.
Oh, okay.
But if you get stuck in it with her, you just need to auto it down and then dodge roll. Like you can auto part of the wall down near her and then auto her down until the spell comes out.
Okay.
Other than that, you're like only worried about Draven if he spawns right on top of you while you're autoing her. And then you do like a dodge roll in place to avoid damage.
Oh god. Oh god. Do you care about blocking the spirits for the buff?
If you can get them easily, there's no point not to.
Yeah.
The only thing that like the other thing you have to worry about for the spirits is that they raise the shield rares or normal mobs from the graves.
Oh,
you crush them over.
Maybe screwed. Oh, no, I'm alright. Alright.
But you mostly just have to like commit to just autoing her down.
Yeah. Alright, should be okay to do Draven now, hopefully. Like, I guess I'll check vendor again. No, nothing. Greater Mana Flask, level 10. It's crazy how strong like auto attack is for maces.
That the dual socket you just vendored, you'd want to keep that in your stash.
I can buy it back.
Yeah, so long you don't leave town first, you can buy it back.
All right, for salvage bench.
Artificer orb, yeah, it's really important to like dual socket items also do not cost a lot from Renly early on. So like, if you have like spare gold, you can like buy those, and then you have artificial orbs backed up for later.
Right, so I
If
would
you don't
buy
use
the
them until
short
you're after your
bow.
weapon. Yeah.
Right, that
If
makes
it's
sense.
like if it's cheap, yeah.
Yeah,
Like
I have
73 gold is a
960
bargain.
gold. Oh, yeah, I should check for movement speed boots too.
Yep. Movement speed boots, damage on gloves, dex on anything is really big.
Okay, check for dex as well.
Anything take your fancy?
Rare chest with dex. Oh, actually, I can afford the gloves. I have 167 gold left.
Yeah, those gloves are big.
Yeah.
31 life index.
And
If you check your
then,
chance to hit, it should be 100 now again.
let's see. I am right click. Yeah. 101. Yeah, it goes from 92 to 100. That's so big. 92 is pretty low, actually. Didn't know it would be that low.
Yeah, that's why early on your first stat node is plus int for intelligence for the magnified effect, and then dex right away.
Okay.
A Karui soul for my collection. You shall die.
Yeah, there's no swords being added in point 2. Sadly.
Spirit's hunger. The Eternals will never surrender. Rend your soul.
Oh, wow. Oh, I'm so screwed. Am I actually screwed still? Oh, God.
The spirits are mine. My beloved.
When he enrages, he does nothing for a while, so it's like a free window to hit him. You just have to
Okay.
like worry about his volleys.
Yeah.
Because it's a double volley.
Yeah, that's fair.
A Karui soul for my collection. You
But when he's doing just like a single sword slash, it's not worth dodging, I
Yeah.
don't think.
will
It's just the big damage abilities you want to avoid.
Spirit's hunger. The Eternals will never surrender. Rend your soul. I will end your meaningless life.
You get stuck on him sometimes when he's like doing the triple attack.
Your intrusion
Yeah, the game's a little ragdolly right now,
Yeah.
like being pushed.
ends now.
Yeah, I hate the pushing thing actually. How do you feel about it?
I don't love it. I don't think it feels good in any game when you get pushed like that.
Yeah.
But like white mobs can just like run into you, like walking, and you get pushed across the screen.
Yeah.
So right here, most of the time you TP out, and this is like a vendor check, because usually your neither like entrance to the secondary zones will be like close enough to the waypoint to justify
Okay.
running back.
Right. Okay. Got it.
It's almost always faster, like TP out. And when you're TPing out, you need to like as soon as you kill the boss, you need to start the TP. Otherwise, it gets canceled by the
Okay.
TP the game creates.
And I'm guessing you wouldn't over prioritize attack speed and fire damage over the dex because the chance to hit's so big.
I mean, I would put it in, but I'm greedy.
Right. Okay. I mean, I'll try it. I'll keep the other ones
Right
in
at
case I hit
least,
you.
like-
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about would I
Like-
transmute the Great Hammer to help for IPD?
I mean, if you have plus damage, it doesn't really matter.
Okay. Yeah, I do. All right.
Like IPD is better, but like lightning damage is also fun.
I'll keep these in my stash. All right. And now I'm just going for the dude. Oh, this is gonna be fun on melee.
At last, it's open.
Honestly, I think this is the thing I'm the most scared of on new characters.
Oh, hey, when you hit this checkpoint here, restart at checkpoint. You skip the Lord lap. Yep. You don't have to
Oh,
listen
that's
to him.
awesome. That's huge,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, the second you hit the it's the second you open the gate is when you can reset at checkpoint, but if you reset at the checkpoint, it's faster walking than from the waypoint.
Oh god.
And ideally what you do when you stun him after the first time is you stun him like looking his back to the middle, and then you position yourself
So he doesn't
between
get knocked
him and the
back?
middle, and if he does his stomp, the middle eats his stomp, and it doesn't do the swirling bit.
I'm so screwed with this cold belt thing on the ground.
Yeah, so you know how he like did the stomp and the ghost went around in a circle for
Yeah.
a while? If you position yourself right against the middle bit and between him and the middle, his stomp does nothing.
Wait. I'm not sure I'm understanding that. Explain that again?
If you stand, like if he does his stomp into terrain,
Yeah.
it eats his stomp. It eats the ghost.
Oh.
So there's no like ghost doing cold down ground that'll eventually like come down and slam.
So I want
If
him
you
to
can't get
stomp
that,
into the middle.
yes.
Okay. Got it.
But like the trick is like you position yourself against between him and the middle. You can like dodge roll him there in this first bit after he does his double slam.
Yeah.
Like you just auto him down and then you like dodge roll in between, and then if he does his stomp now, you're safe. And then before you stun him, you want to like go back around so he doesn't like get knocked back away from the middle.
Okay.
Because the way you did it, sometimes he'll just like get knocked like a meter or two away from the middle, and then the middle will no longer eat his stomp if he does a stomp.
Got
And
it.
so long you're wearing armor, like a chest piece, you can tank one slam if you're not like already low on life.
I think I did it. I didn't get any cold ground.
No, his ghost still went off.
Oh, okay.
You've earned it.
So do I have to get him slightly further away first so that I can stand? Because
No, you can like dodge roll right in there
Okay. Huh. I want to practice
because
that.
of
That sounds
the
huge,
like unit
actually.
size. Yeah, and then the slim maces are really big if you get because they're the fastest APS one-hander.
Okay.
You can leave directly to hunting ground from here.
Okay, you
There's
don't want to
usually
go back to town?
nothing of a yeah.
Okay.
I mean, unless you have like, it's not necessarily a good time to sell, or
Yeah.
because you usually you've done it already after
Okay.
killing Draven or Sinia.
Got it.
Corruption has twisted these wilds beyond recognition.
Yeah, you use the slim maces for your shield charge setup because they're
Yeah.
the fastest. It's a 1.55 base without increased attack speed.
I hate the like quill porcupine things in this zone.
Yeah, the spitters suck. And this one, like the 4 points of interest are just like along the wall.
Okay.
There's the Freythorn entrance, Crowbell, the support gem in Ogrim Farmlands, and you just like hug a wall
Yeah.
because you kind of want all of them anyways.
So, for like health potions and stuff, I'm starting to feel like my medium is a little bit low.
Yeah, once you hit level 10, I always fish for like a greater life flask
Okay.
at level 10 if I don't
Yeah.
have one already.
Got it.
And then if I don't have one from Una, then I fish again at level 11 while I'm looking
Yeah.
for a Forge Maul.
Got it.
Like the ideal like time to be like level 10 is when you're like after you've done the hunting ground stuff, you're like hitting level 10 at like Una's hut,
Yeah.
and then when you're backing anyways to check for loot skill points.
Yeah.
That's like a good time to like you already need to go to Una for the skill points, so it's a good time to buy.
My god, I'm getting blocked away from the primed ones. There we go.
Yeah, this one's pretty tricky for it.
Oh, I gotta remember my martial tempo. It's such a big difference for getting the prime off.
Yeah, you can also put it in Bone Shatter, but it feels better in Rolling Slam, I feel like.
Yeah.
After having done it now.
Oh, I definitely prefer it on Rolling Slam. Okay, I got Ogrim Farmlands.
If you were only looking for farmlands, there's like a road that runs through the middle of the zone. One end is farmlands, one end is a dead end.
Okay.
But you want to get all the points of interest anyways, because there's
Yeah.
a support gem to drop.
Got it.
And Freythorn's like anywhere in the zone along the wall.
Yep. Hey, Artificer Orb. I'm guessing you wouldn't use that on your weapon now.
I wouldn't even use it until like a Temple Maul or like Leading Great Hammer.
Is that like level 20 something?
In this sort, if you're doing like Leaf Start, yeah, Leading Great Hammer is like level 33.
Okay.
That's your all-in weapon
Yeah.
for like the rest of the axe.
Yeah.
When you get the Crow Bell here, there's like 2 ways you can go about it. You can just do them right away. It won't really be that much slower, or you can wait until you're level 11 with a Forge Maul to do them slightly faster.
Do you bother doing this like mini event?
It's good for a support gem, but it's also like, you know, it's a rare for loot.
Yeah.
You can always reset his mods if you get something bad on him.
That's not too bad. A little bad maybe.
But he can be a little dangerous. But if you get, like, you can just kill him with the Bone Shatter on his ads too.
I was trying to do that.
But evasive is a pretty bad luck one.
Yeah. Especially with the... I got rid of the Dex gloves. I got a lot of support gems. A lot of active gems too. I'm guessing I would upgrade my Bone Shatter to level 4.
Yeah, priority goes to Bone Shatter and then Rolling Slam. So long, like, you keep Rolling Slam. Ideally, you get like a level 4 Rolling Slam for mana onwards.
Yeah.
But if you don't, you can always just slot in an Overpower early.
Do you have any videos or tips for players transitioning from PoE 1 to 2? Well, that's sort of what we're going to make from this, because it's such a big difference, like speedrunning PoE 2 and 1. I feel like a toddler. It's a very...
I think you're missing Crowbell there to the left slightly.
Yeah, I thought it was to the right.
But you'll still have to go to the right anyways to grab Freythorn in this zone probably.
Should I have Infernal Cry up?
If you get the Infernal Cry from the level 3 skill gem from Lachlan, if you don't drop a random one. Because the first one goes to field charge, because you should be like field charging every time there's open space.
Right.
And it's off cooldown. And then you also want to make sure your Infernal Cry is set up to your two-hander setup. Because if you Infernal Cry on your one-hander setup and you weapon swap, it takes the buff away.
Got it.
Is that what's been eating our cattle?
Range classes get to kite Crowbell down towards the second arena a bit more.
Faster, yeah.
As melee, you just kind of auto him down.
Got it. Man, any regen would have been nice.
And what you can do is you can like get an Infernal Cry exertion off on him while he's walking down, and then you can get a second one right away after you use the first exerted auto attack.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you get a send off on him, you can kind of just auto him down and not worry about his attacks. He does have like a pretty powerful slam attack. You can't skip it. But even without a Forge Maul right here, you're just killing him anyways.
Yeah.
And again, right here, you can get like an Infernal Cry off on while he's walking over.
Okay. It's pretty easy. Nice. And now I'm just looking for Freythorn.
Yeah.
Huh. Can it be all the way in the left corner here behind Crowbell, or can it never be there?
It can be behind Crowbell's arena there to the left.
It is. It is.
Yeah. That's one of the anywhere where there's a wall in this zone, Freythorn can be.
Okay.
So you always have to check. And right here you can get the Freythorn waypoint, and I wait until at least getting loot to like actually do Freythorn, so you have enough like points to grab increased AoE or magnified effect on Bone Shatter.
So would I then go to Farmlands now then to level up and stuff?
I would go to farmlands and at least get the loot. So you
Okay.
can go to the waypoint and hunting grounds, checkpoint over, and go into the entrance of farmlands.
Yeah. Got it. Let's see. Let me get some skill points.
But the reason why you want to do Fraythorn first is
Mhm.
because it's lower level, and in PoE 2 you get punished pretty severely in terms of like the XP penalty for being even just a single level over.
Yeah.
So ideally you're always like at the zone level or like a little below at the start.
Got it.
And Farmlands is a level 12 zone, so that's why you want to do it second. But the loot's really good, because having the 4 skill points allows you to spec that int node.
Yeah.
But like in this zone, the loot's probably just southwest of the checkpoint waypoint area.
Southwest? Okay. So good density
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, density's pretty good in Fraythorn and Farmlands for the most part. You get pretty good pack size. And if you can combine a couple packs together, it's even better.
Yeah.
But the goal is to like have hit 10 by the time you get to the loot, and
Okay.
then TP out and do Fraythorn, and like check for a greater life flask. And since you're level 11 here, you're gonna check Renly for a Forge Maul too.
Will do. Oh, I just dropped one. As you said that.
Oh, nice.
And I would
Yeah.
transmit
You'd
that?
still check him for you'd still check him for a Forge Maul before committing currency,
Okay. Smart.
in my opinion. But you'd equip that right now because it's more damage than any Grado camera you could possibly have right now,
Got it.
even white. The only thing is you missed out on the loot because you're running the full zone right now.
Yeah. Oh. Oh no. So where would the loot be?
Like directly southwest after the blockage from the waypoint.
Oh, here.
Like usually the road to Una's home is like blocked off in some way, so you have to go around it.
Yeah. Got it.
In this
Okay.
case, you got like the longest route around it.
So I guess now I would just go town?
Yeah, I would go. Usually, I'd go town from here. You can run all the way to the village. It doesn't make too much of a difference.
Okay. Yeah. I'll run village first. Cool.
XP wise, it's more efficient to not be like past like level 12 in Fraythorn.
Makes sense. I recall somebody winning a race in 215. Yeah, that's the guy coaching me right now. So I have not really done much like melee warrioring. So I was like, let's do a collab with Angormis. I've actually learned so much. It's really good.
Yeah. So like anytime in this zone that the town tiles are one tile before like the bottom left, like in this case the bottom left is like the end of the zone. If the town tile, if there's only a one difference gap between that and a town tile, it's either a far right, like southeast exit, or like a far like west exit.
Okay.
In this like orientation.
Oh my god, I got range 10. Okay,
Like a lot of the times you can go directly down southwest from like the waypoint through the hut.
Yeah.
And it'll just be a straight line. In this case, you got like a hook zone.
The only problem here is there's no way Bone Shatter survives the nerfs. It won't build up Stone Wave on Shockwave and Chain, but maybe I'm wrong. Well, maybe, but that's why we're also focusing on like the idea of what you're doing, not like necessarily skill specific. But I figured I would do something like I've mostly done like Spellcaster or Infernalist with Minion Summoner. But I figured it was better to do something I'm very unfamiliar with, because then a lot of people are going to learn a lot more, I think. Because I've only done Shockwave Warrior, which is very different than this. At the end of the day, any practice you do is probably going to be better just because you'll familiarize yourself more with PoE2.
Yeah, I mean, most of it's like layouts and knowing what to dodge in boss fights.
Yeah.
But also like, if they just, honestly, if it's just like a % damage nerf to Bone Shatter, it doesn't matter. You're overkilling by a lot.
Yeah. So would I take int now so I could get the magnified?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your first stat point is always going to be intelligence here, so you
Yeah.
can put in magnified effect, and like you would be able to do that at level 10
Yeah.
if you turned in the loot. And you see how you have the counts ring still?
Yeah.
I never pick it up because
Oh,
it
okay.
forces you into an animation with Una where she revives Sin. I just wait
Oh.
until like Act 2 to use Sin to identify all.
Oh wow. Okay.
But like if you wanna have the identify all, you can like talk to Una first, and then like vendor at Renly, and then hopefully it's done already. It's just like a long animation if you don't need to talk to
Right.
Renly.
That's fun. I see.
Because
So
Sin will still show up later.
yeah.
But like right now you talk to Renly. Finn doesn't have anything for you until you do King of the Mist,
Yeah.
where he'll give you like after King of the Mist he gives you a charm. But like you check Renly if he has a good Forge Maul,
Until just gifted 5
like
subs.
40% plus
melee.
IPD. I take that.
Yeah. He has +2 melee. Nothing else though.
No, I would definitely like transog your current weapon,
Okay.
your current Forge Maul, and just hope for the best.
Thank you, Until.
That's why you check out level 11 and level 12, ideally, or like and the same for the greater life flasks.
I got LA damage for the tags.
Yeah.
Would I then? Do I care about the +2 melee?
No, a white Forge Maul is plenty for now.
Okay.
Like you can check again at later levels, but that's why you check level 11, level 12 ideally.
Yeah.
Like vendor fishing.
So then I buy a potion.
Yep.
Definitely.
And she won't always have one, so it's important to like check at level 10 and level 11.
Got it. Got it.
Like
Anything else
you
you're
can
looking
get
for? A ring or something?
if you can afford an iron ring.
Would I gamble? Oh, I can't afford. I'm halfway there.
I never gamble on gear early. I'll
Okay.
be honest.
Would I go up
But, like,
first or down first? I'm guessing I do blood rush early.
No, I don't. I go towards a singular purpose. I go for the damage. Blood rush is nice, but I've had. If you have a bad weapon, your rolling slam will not be consistent, and the combo won't necessarily one shot.
Okay. And
And
then
you don't really need the skill speed.
Oh,
But
didn't I
you
have...
go 1 point dex and then 1 point strength. After you do the 1 point in int.
Can't afford the iron rings. Sorry, say that again for set priority.
You do your first one is int, and then dex, and then strength. And then if you don't have any strength on gear, before you hit your level 14 point will also need to be a strength node.
Okay.
But then that brings you towards the two-hander damage.
Got it. And then now I do the Freythorn?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Like in most runs, you should be like around like a level 11 here.
Yeah, I'm 12 already, so at least we're a little padded.
It just means you get a somewhat significant XP penalty in Freythorn because it's in a level 11 zone.
Yeah. Do I need to summon Finn? Probably not.
No, you don't need to. And then this zone, there's not like a good consistent layout, so you just kind of hug the walls of the zone, or like the edges of the zone, and if you find the boss arena, there's a trick to find the other trials from the boss arena.
Okay, got it.
But this is like a pretty rippy zone if you don't have a greater life flask as melee, so that's why you prioritize like fishing for a greater life flask before here.
Got it. That's terrifying.
But like rares in this zone die pretty fast if you bone shatter mobs off them.
It's also so
And in
different
general, like,
with strategies with like over leveling and stuff.
Yeah, the only time you like really start to over level is like end of Act 2.
1 second. I just gotta help my wife a little bit. What is it? Cleaning spray. Ah, got it. Love you. Alright, I'm back, sorry.
Yeah, you basically have to like explore the edge entirely because boss arena can be anywhere. It's like Wraithorn entrance.
Got it. What is the TV remote controller problem? No, my son had like pooped everywhere, so she needed a cleaning product. It was in my room.
Like you can tell this bit down here is a dead end, but
Yeah.
you can only tell once you go down because the boss arena could have spawned there, or a ritual could have spawned there.
So, like, this rare here obviously is pretty dangerous, but do you prioritize killing rares at all, or?
In the longer run, you just auto her down real quick if you
Yeah.
have a good enough weapon. It doesn't
Okay.
really matter. It takes like 5 seconds, and you get like better chance at crafting materials.
Okay.
Because you want to stockpile for like the Act 3 weapons and gear.
Yeah.
Before then, it almost doesn't matter. Like you can just vendor fish a couple times, and you'll be fine.
So I got another Forge Maul. I'm guessing since I haven't hit anything nice, I would keep trying to transmute it.
You could, or you could just wait for a level up and check down again.
Okay.
Because your current weapon's killing everything just fine. Like
That's fair.
again, like a white forge maul is plenty.
So it's more about like, if
For,
I'm
like,
having
most of that
issues,
corn.
I would prioritize stuff like that.
Yeah, it's just like until you get like Act 1, your weapon almost doesn't matter. It's just like maybe faster single target damage.
Got it.
That's almost certainly the boss arena down left there.
Yeah.
So
I see
after
it.
that, there's like once you get to the boss arena and you clear the mobs there, you'll be able to see the dark swirls that go around, and it'll indicate the direction of the trials that you haven't done yet.
Okay. Cool.
And if you reset at checkpoint before after having completed one trial, it'll show that one again. But in this case, it's just the one line, and it's showing the general direction of where to go to get the next trial.
Oh, I see it. So northwest. So I could go
So
back
like
to
here,
checkpoint.
you might even like go back to the checkpoint at the start of the zone.
Got it. I did not know about that. That's huge. That's huge for finding it.
Like ideally, you don't go through the whole zone before finding the boss arena, but if you're like lost, it'll help.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
And then I'm not sure if it still works this way, but like a way to like get less if you reset at checkpoint after clearing rituals, it forgets that those mobs are like stored in the ritual, so you get like slightly less stuff, but it means they won't spawn again from the next ritual you click.
Ah.
So like what I did in my like Act 1 speedrun, like, right now you'd want to keep them anyways for the
okay.
XP most of the time.
Yeah.
But it means like if you go to the boss arena right now, you'll kill the mobs that are there, and those will be the only mobs that get stored in the ritual.
Right. So it'll be slightly safer.
Yeah. So like if you're like worried, if you still had a medium for some point at this point, you probably want to
Essence
do
of
that.
haste. Would you bother with the essence?
I would do an essence. I wouldn't do it while doing the boss fight though. You just skill it real quick.
Uh-oh.
But like with Bone Shatter, honestly, I mean, if you play it right, you just one-shot them.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really
Kron's
matter.
just
And then this
resubscribed for
boss,
6 months.
King of the Mist,
Less
first
than
phase, he
3.
will like teleport backwards. So if you like position yourself so he's like going towards the edge of the arena,
Okay.
and you keep yourself like in a consistent like line with him, he'll like phase backwards into the edge, and then he'll just phase into where he's standing.
My god, he teleports so much.
Yeah, otherwise you're gonna be chasing him around the arena the whole time.
Yeah, I see. Man, I really
And he
noticed
has,
accuracy.
Yeah. But that's how it'll feel most runs, because you usually don't get decks on gear.
Yeah.
That's why, like, the after singular purpose, you're just straight rushing resolute technique.
Ow. Oh my god.
Yeah.
He's just
And
standing
that
in the
purple
dot.
ball. Yeah. Yeah, that'll happen. You just have to kind of tank the dot, and you do have to kill the
I'm
totems
so
right away,
screwed.
or they'll eat you alive.
Yeah, I'm completely screwed, I think. I'm gonna restart.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I've forgotten to swap the attack speed to main strike. That'll help. I'm gonna restart again, actually.
Yeah, you want to reset your pots.
Yeah. So there's no waypoint near me now. I guess I'll just go to town.
Yeah, yeah, you could go to the checkpoint closest to the waypoint, and that's probably still faster than eating 2 loading screens.
Right. Got it.
And in this case, there's a
Oh,
trial, like, ritual
there is actually no
right
checkpoint
near.
there.
Yeah, it's like, it's near, well, there is a checkpoint
Yeah.
at the start, but it's at the very start of the zone. If you don't, like, move a little bit, it's like a cemetery. If you don't, like, move enough to get the waypoint, you don't actually click it up. You don't get it naturally.
Right. +1 melee skills is probably better than the wed.
Yeah, and its accuracy too.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice. Right, I'll sell everything real quick while I'm in town. I should probably keep that. A little bit of armor. Alright, we're sorted. This is why I skip this zone until I'm level 40?
You're strong enough to just auto him down at this stage.
I haven't even been using Infernal Cry, so I should do that.
Yeah. Ideally, you get like an Infernal Cry off before you do the Bone Shatter for like a really big ignite potentially.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But it's your highest like attack damage ratio ability here until you get Perfect Strike. But flask management's pretty big for all these bosses.
Oh no, I didn't. I missed my thing.
And then whenever he does like the purple ball chest attack, where it lays all that stuff on the ground, I like to walk away and then shield charge through it towards him.
Okay.
Just so they don't end up on the ground near me. But you can tank his normal slam. So long you have like some health pots left.
Remembering to use Infernal Cry made a pretty big difference.
Yeah, it's the 20 rate like power you get is 100% damage added as fire for that single attack.
That's
so it's
huge.
pretty big.
Yeah, especially if I would have been remembering to use my, remembering to use it for Bone Shatter would have been huge.
It's worth looking at the ritual rewards because you can have like a good 4-chammer in there.
Oh, good point.
And I always take the ruby here because it matters a lot more for 2 and 3.
Yeah.
On the count fight, just dodges abilities, and
Okay,
you don't have to worry about it. Yeah. The worst case, you get like extra gold.
Yeah.
Insane bow.
Yeah. All right, good stuff. Would I bother using the shield at all?
If it has increased block chance, you'd put it on. But like stats on your shield setup is not like a bad thing to have.
Yeah.
But like increased block chance is the ideal mod that you want early game. It's the only one that really matters.
Got it.
So like I start checking for it in my like Act 1 rejects for like increased block chance.
Yep. And then for the
ideally
spirit,
you Herald of Ash because there's no good option. It's essentially cosmetic though, outside of like a couple fights like Executioner.
All right. And then any support
Like-
gems I should be using at this point?
Premeditation on Infernal Cry. The second you equipped Infernal Cry, you could have put that on with the extra support gem.
Yeah, I didn't
And
do
then
that.
the next, you're saving. You need to have one saved. There's two. So you get a support gem from Executioner. That one always needs to be saved for Overpower.
Okay.
Since you have an extra one, you could put Unbreakable on Rolling Slam early.
Okay. Yeah, I only have the one that I'm saving.
Yeah, but you get one from Executioner. That one's the Overpower gem, and you get one from the Hanged Man in Manor, and that one that's straight west here from the waypoint.
Got it. I'll kill
It's
these
all
and then
in
go up.
well, like it might be mirrored in a weird way, but it looks like it's the one I know. But like you head like straight west from the waypoint in Soul Self-Found softcore right now, and it's like there's only like 3 possible locations for the smithy if it's this layout.
Okay.
Generally, like the tell for where the smithy is based off the path that you take from the waypoint entrance to the boss arena.
Okay.
If they're directly level with each other, it's like if it's straight west from here, you could find the smithy like directly southwest from the entrance, or directly southeast from the boss. And then if it's like directly west and up a little bit, there's like 2 different locations for the smithy.
How far would it be? Like, am I too far now, or?
You'd go directly west. You're going too far south.
Okay.
Like you'd want to go west and then like hang north, if
Okay.
anything. Like in this zone, I know Soul Self-Found Softcore is a lot more consistent than like Soul Self-Found Hardcore, where there's like mirrored versions thrown in there.
Wait,
or, like,
there's different
rotated versions
between
thrown in there.
SSF hardcore and
Yep.
softcore? Wow.
Yep.
I had no idea.
Yeah, that's why in like the last week of the race, I was like practicing Soul Self-Found Hardcore just to see the different layouts in Act 1.
Wow.
Like the biggest variance is in Act 1 layouts,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Okay. That's nuts.
Like I know like Ranger Grellwood is incredibly inconsistent
Huh.
compared to like Warrior Grellwood.
Neocarbon just resubscribed
Thank you, Neo.
for
Thank you for
57
57
months.
Why would they be different? I guess because they can. Yeah, I didn't find the tools.
Just check the like how different the path is for like how level the path is from the waypoint to the boss arena, and that's like an indicator. In this case, it's probably directly south from the waypoint because you go west and up a little bit.
Okay.
It can either be northeast from the boss arena, or it can be directly south from the waypoint
Okay.
for the smithing. Like the best indicator of where the smithy is based off the like path you take
All
to the
right.
boss arena. And there's a neat little trick you can do against Executioner that
got it.
doesn't really apply towards melee. Is that you can drag him towards like the start of his like the entrance of his boss arena, and the ads don't like they'll still spawn, but they'll never aggro on you from down there. So like I know like witch players and rangers could use that to their advantage.
Right.
On melee, you actually want the ads because you can bone shatter off them. That chest right there, you want to click it. It has a damage rune on it 100% of the time in the smithy.
Oh, I see.
It can drop iron, desert, cold, and lightning.
Very nice. Very nice.
And iron runes are obviously like best
Yeah.
in slot for your level 33 weapon.
Got it. Anything as melee I should particularly care about doing?
No, you just want to auto him down. And then like when he has lots of you want to like stack up his ads and bone shatter them all on him.
Got
You
it.
can get a pretty quick kill off.
Face me! Kill the criminal!
You just want to avoid his like telegraph slam attacks because there's one where he does like a quick turnaround will like insta kill you from like 200, like even 300 HP sometimes.
Got it.
Take their head, or
And I don't know how much that fire slam does, but you gotta avoid it of course. And the guillotine's also a one shot.
It's actually so easy on melee.
Yep.
That was really
better
good.
him.
Alright.
And the support gem he drops is a 100% guarantee.
Cool.
And then the only thing you have to make sure you do here is you talk to Letus, and you can dodge the second you start the lever animation, you can like dodge roll out of it, but you have to wait anyways.
Ah, yeah.
Something you can do is like make a portal out while you're like waiting for her to do that, and you can like this is like a time to buy or like and like check vendors and fish or like go straight towards manor.
Cool.
But either way, you want to head back to town for the level 5 skill gem at some point.
Okay, I'll do that now. So, like this test, for example, would I ever care about like assigning another point to Dex to be able to wear it
No.
and get accuracy? Okay.
I'd vendor it.
Got it.
I didn't look at what the chest has for 38 life is nice, but I'd vendor it.
Yeah. Got it. Got it.
Like the having armor is really big. If you can like if you had the dex already to wear it, it could be fun.
Yeah.
But like an iron cuirass, like a white iron cuirass is going to do a lot more for you.
Okay. Oh. I can afford the blue one. There is no white one.
Yeah.
It has life
But
on
like
it.
you're really looking for like the 96 armor. That's much more important than anything.
Got it. What about buying the forge mole and transmuting it since I have 2 transmutes?
You could. You definitely could. If you have like extra transmutes, you know. I mean, you have a ton of augments, which is really
More
nice.
accuracy, I'll take that. Alright. And then, did I want
Usually
to...
I just like witch fish for levels to like get a chance of a better forge mold though, with already rolled.
That makes sense.
So one way is always a dead end at the start of ramparts. It's I know in Soul Found Softcore it's always you always go like left here.
Mm-hmm.
And then in other leagues it can be like either way sometimes, like in Soul Found Hardcore.
Got it. Oh.
Yeah, you do the same thing here. You like shield charge around a pack, and then like ideally grab 2 packs together and
Yeah.
bone shatter clear them.
I have not been shield charging enough.
Yeah, you ideally you're like shield charging nearly on cool, like just every time you're in between packs. And then when you get more comfortable with it, you can like do like your rolling slam. You can do it before the mobs get into its AoE to like pre-clear them.
Yeah.
Just so it's a little bit safer. So you have like a little bit of a gap between you and them.
It's a pretty big chance I'm like starting blacksmith, so hopefully a lot of this stuff will still...
Oh yeah, I mean, I know I am.
Yeah.
Of course, they'll sell friends.
Yeah, it just like... Oh. It just has so much like hardcore survival.
And in this layout, you hang left here to get the Hanged Man, of course.
Okay.
Because no matter what, this gem is like dedicated. The support gem is dedicated to Window of Opportunity, and there's a blue pack near it, anyways.
Got it. So what do I put?
The only thing is like, sorry.
What do I put window opportunity on?
Perfect strike. Usually you're like aiming to hit like level 13 in this zone before you enter Manor. So you only have to get a single level in Manor. You can get the support from down below too.
Oh, okay. And then perfect strike's gonna be my single target.
Yeah, that's your single target for the rest of the run. It's useful to like still have a Mace Strike on your bar because sometimes something lives at like 1 HP, and then later you can put Calling Strike in there.
Sorry, say that again?
You still want to, like, when you're using Perfect Strike, you still want to have your Mace Strike on your auto attack bar, on your bar for skills, just in case something lives at like 1 HP, so you don't like charge a Perfect Strike for 1 HP.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And then the only thing to like worry about stat-wise is that you might need to spec a second strength node to like be able to actually use Perfect Strike.
Right.
based on whether you have like strength on gear or not. In this case, you're fine because you have the amber.
Yeah.
But otherwise, if you don't have like any strength on gear, you'll be 30 strength here, and you'll need +5 to get to the 34
Yeah.
threshold.
Got it.
But since you don't have to worry about that, you can just go straight damage.
Got it.
Must be made to answer for his crimes.
And if you were worried about your weapon, you could like go back to town right now and check again because you
I
leveled
think
up.
I will. 'Cause I would like a new weapon. Yeah, hope we get patch notes soon. That'd be nice. See what all the changes are gonna be.
I think I'll wait for a fight. What have we got?
I mean, Warrior's already buffed.
There's the Forge Mall. Got it.
Till next time.
Yeah, you see how far you were in town already when you're pre-moving?
Yeah.
It's huge. That's why I use WASD. There you can vendor walk and like move while skilling gems and while doing passive tree, but
That's very cool.
it's a lot harder to do it with mouse.
Yeah.
Fear will best you.
God, I hate this zone so much. Do you skip a lot in this zone, or do you like still kill?
No,
big
I
packs?
kill on the way. There like some courtesan like rare packs can be pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
And they might be worth skipping, but other than like a really bad rare, you just kill everything and like you're just looking for Candlemass on the way.
Yeah. I'll
In
grab
this
the...
version of the layout, he's almost always in the after the second bridge, after this first bridge here on the first floor.
Mhm.
The only time he spawns before the first bridge, it's like he's literally right there at the bridge entrance.
Oh wait, would I put Martial Temple on Perfect Strike now?
Yeah, you would, but you don't have to do Candlemass here. If you do Candlemass after you kill the Count, you can do them while you're waiting for the Count's loot to drop.
Wait, what? Okay.
So you know how the Count takes like 45 seconds to drop his loot?
Yeah.
You can TP out, checkpoint waypoint in, checkpoint over to Candlemass, and kill Candlemass, and then checkpoint back to the Count. As the loot's dropping, you'll be like coming down the elevator.
Oh, that's nuts. That I did not even think about.
Is nothing sacred anymore.
I'm gonna put those next to each other. That's nuts. Okay, cool. I will try to remember that.
It basically like you don't get the +20 life for Count, but +20 life.
Yeah, it should be fine because it's not too hard. Thank you. Thank you, Jealousy. Are you guys
And then,
enjoying the tips? Sorry, go on.
Oh, you're good. From here, you'd always just follow like the south wall, southeast here.
Yeah.
From like Candlemass, and if you do this bit first, you still won't be 14 here most runs. Like most of the time, you'll be like 13.5, maybe at most.
Got it.
When you're like moving through zones, like knowing the layouts. The door locations are like for the stairs are pretty consistent.
Yeah.
Stronger with every strike.
All right. Getting there.
Need more time.
Yep, here it is.
And the way the manor works is you're just like crossing over the same bridge again and again, so this time you're just going left instead of right
Yeah.
on the second floor.
The time is nigh. Our triumph is at hand.
Is the new patch out already? No, it's on Friday. We're just doing some learning tips for PoE 2 speedrunning because it's so different than PoE 1. Alright, got it. Oh god. Oh no.
Like if you're not level 14 by the time you get to count, you go back and you kill you reset at checkpoint and you kill these facts again.
Okay. Got it.
Yes, more. Don't stop. Horrific.
So like here I slot in martial tempo to perfect strike with window of opportunity. And
Yeah.
when Count Geonor leaps down from his throne, you wait like half a second and you start charging a perfect strike and you get a perfect strike off the second he's damageable.
Okay.
On a lot of bosses, if you know the timings, you can get like a free perfect strike off.
Got it.
Kill him, and you shall have everything I promised.
No noose this
And you can do the same thing with his second phase, but like you do you get the free perfect strike off, you Infernal Cry empowered perfect strike, and he's phased.
Got it. So he keeps
when you do
interrupting
it-
me a lot while I'm trying to perfect strike.
Yeah, that's a little luck thing with the sun threshold.
Wow. The
But yeah,
damage
when you
though.
get the empowered one off, and you get one off before that, he's phased. And then what you wait for is there's like a dialogue that you wait for
Yeah.
after Oriana is done talking, and you Infernal Cry to get the empowered off, and then you charge a perfect strike after he transforms when his wolf form goes down, and then back up again. That's when you start charging,
Okay.
and you want to be in front of him so he doesn't do a sword swipe at the start.
I did that.
Yeah.
I smell your blood.
And then if you do it well, and you get a little lucky, if he doesn't do like an ad phase, if he does this like sword in the ground stuff, you can just one phase him, or zero phase him.
Right. So now, if I hadn't done the thing, I would go back out.
You TP, yeah.
Oh, I would
You
TP?
TP out. Yeah, TP is faster. Unless you have
Okay.
like Australian load times, it's faster than the elevator, almost for sure.
Right.
But
Okay.
you can checkpoint to Candlemas here, and then checkpoint back after killing Candlemas, and then the loot usually is dropping as you're coming down the elevator.
From the desert.
That's nuts.
From the
Yeah, it does take very long.
Yes.
But like a good count fight is like
Tom
50
Hunter
seconds
just
on Warrior
resubscribed
right now.
for 4 months.
Thank you, Tom.
Please. Stop.
Yeah, that's some yapping. That's funny.
We must make haste. Let us return to Clearfell to make our preparations.
All right, got it.
The fledgling. What
Oh my God,
Yeah,
I
if
missed
you want his
control
loot
clicking.
after, it takes 45 seconds for his loot to drop, or
45.
something
Wow.
like that.
That's nuts. That is nuts. All right, back to time.
quickly.
Hi,
His
Starforge.
loot's really good,
The Countess.
because he drops level 16 weapons, and lots of currency if you're lucky.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have loads of guides before the new season when we have patch notes.
A culture of warriors.
Do you need to talk to Zarka? Guessing no?
I will have to show them what I can do.
So, outskirts, there isn't a lot of like good solutions out there.
Okay.
There's only like one tile set like I recognize, like, and I think it's this one. I would just like follow that northwest wall and just hug it until you
Okay.
find the Wrathbreaker.
Go northwest.
But like you basically you can just hug a wall and XP along the way, because this zone's good for XP.
Yeah.
The hyenas, the spitters, and the zombies all die pretty fast to one combo. And then if you need to kill a bunch of the small spiders, you can like shield charge into them, and usually that's enough to like get a prime off.
Okay. Yeah, I see.
But I don't like the shield charge thing because it's inconsistent with priming.
Right. Got it. Hmm.
Yeah, so that like if you go back to like where you left town, the town-ish area from here, there's like an indicator, and this is one of the few layouts I can recognize on Outskirts.
Okay.
But like
So
that
it's like a
single
big
like dead
horseshoe.
end. Yeah, but that like single dead end, the only one way out is like a tell that it's like a C-shaped or like a U-turn zone.
Okay. Cool.
But you can just hug a wall in this zone and XP on the way, because if you need XP in Act 2 at the end of Act 2 anyways,
Got it.
so you're always playing catch up. And then when you're approaching Wrathbreaker, if you get a shield charge off the second you can to like shield charge directly to him, he won't charge away.
Ah.
And what you can do on other classes is you can drag Wrathbreaker all the way out. It takes like 10 seconds or so to like pull it off after he charges in, like down below the cliff, and he won't slam ever if you do that.
Okay.
Like bugs him out. I know like a lot of witch players or whatever were doing that in the race. Yeah, you can basically just sit here and do like perfect strikes, and if you have like a decent armor piece on, like an white iron cuirass, you can just tank all his stuff.
Got it.
And then his loot usually isn't worth waiting for, but the fastest way out of here is to like TP out.
Got it.
Use like negative item rarity or something on his drops.
Yeah, doesn't very much.
It is
Cool.
done.
Any use for the level 5 skill?
Rolling Slam and Bone Shatter. You can put levels into Infernal Cry, but it'll make it cost a lot of mana.
Yeah. Got it.
Whatever it takes.
Whoops. Oh yeah, and alt click to open the buy menu. Alright. The only thing that frustrates me with Perfect Strike is when I hit the timing right, but the boss has like nudged me out of the way. So frustrating.
Yeah, you just have to get used to it on like where the bosses are likely to like nudge you, or like when you can start Perfect Strike channeling, because it takes about 3 seconds, 2.5 seconds, most of the time.
What could they need so much metal for? You could outfit an army with a mine of this scale.
And then until you get to the Lani gates, they're just trying to get like big packs together.
Yeah.
On as like Bone Shatter, you get a big pack together, you kill it all and move on.
Got it.
Steel yourself!
Yeah, leveling feels pretty good with it, to be honest. Is there a race on Friday? No. It's just, it's better to be fast than to be slow. Especially if you're playing Trade League, because the economy is always important early. Okay, one more point and we get Singular Purpose.
And when you take Singular Purpose, if you Control Shift left mouse, it'll go on your weapon set 1. And if you do a Control Shift right mouse button, it'll go on your weapon set 2. And you want to take that on only your two-hander setup, because it's a reduced attack speed node.
Right. So say that again. Control Shift.
It's Control Shift left mouse click to do weapon set 1's points, and then it's Control Shift right mouse button to do weapon set 2 points.
Wow.
And the reason why you put this one all of the reduced attack speed nodes you want to put on just your two-hander setup at first.
Yeah.
So like when you're leap slamming through or like shield charging with your shield setup, it doesn't get reduced attack speed as well.
That's smart. No, Twitch drops are not a thing right now. It's just for the announcement they have. I guess it's further down. Yep.
Yeah, whichever bridge has the checkpoint next to it. It's the one you want to go down. There's like 2 open areas like that in this zone.
Yeah.
Dodge this!
There's so much stuff here. Oh god.
Invuln Aura is probably like the worst rare mod you could get.
Yeah, it really sucks.
Really?
And there's
And then,
essence here. Oh. Yeah, that's kind of annoying.
Yeah, it can be a bit trickier to get like the proper Bone Shatter combo off, just because you have to time it,
Yeah.
like the Invuln Aura.
Got a Grand Life Flask, studded Great Club. Yeah, it was stunned immune as well, it was annoying.
Yeah, the proper way to like fish for items right now is like every level up you check for a studded Great Club until you at least get like 40% IPD, ideally.
Okay.
And then that's like plenty for Act 2. If you get like 60% IPD, that's really nice, but a 40%, I'd be happy with like 40% IPD or like a good flat fizz roll or fire damage roll.
So do I go back to town and check for that now, or do I transmute the one I found?
I go to town and check, because
Yeah.
if there's like a 60%, that's your weapon for Act 2.
The miners. What happened here?
Okay. And then Control Shift right click to put it on my second point.
Yeah, if that's where your two-hander is. I always put it on my first weapon swap, but it doesn't, so long
Yeah.
it's consistent with where it is.
Cool.
Who goes there? You may take your time.
It's just you ideally want to save transmutes for
Yeah.
level 28 and 33 weapons, if you can.
Yeah, there
But if you
is
can't-
just a white studded.
Yeah. Like
Mm.
your Forge Maul right now is fine, but you'd want to upgrade it by Jamara at least.
Got it. I'll take the Life Flask upgrade, that's pretty huge.
War Knights.
If you life flask upgrades are really big. If you can get like increased amount recovered on a life flask, it
Mhm.
increases your survivability by a ton. It's like 40% more life required recovered. If you get that roll.
Hammer! And anvil!
Oh god.
Weakling!
Oh god. Oh. Alright. Straight down. Warrior's great for hardcore, yeah. I'm very used to doing Summoner. Summoner was definitely a breeze. Is there any charm you'd be looking out for? You said you were going to take the fire one, but...
Yeah, I would always take the ruby one, because the only significant like damage you take in campaign is some like fire and lightning damage.
Yeah.
And you really want fire resist for Ruja
I need more
because of her like explode mechanic if you happen to tank it. But if you can just like dodge around on her and not like really worry about fire res on her if you just don't like tank her to the face. Then I'm not sure if you'll run into it naturally most of the time, but there is a checkpoint in this zone that has a resettable blue champ pack next to it.
Oh.
And how good that pack is depends on the instance you're in. It's like instance specific, so sometimes it'll only ever spawn like 2 or 3 monsters, and
Yeah.
if you're lucky, it'll always spawn like 4 or 5 plus.
Oh, that's nice.
So it can be like good for XP to catch up, but there's the location at Halani Gates that's always there, so you
Yeah.
just usually use that instead.
Makes sense.
But if you get 5 blue pack, like a 5+ blue pack here, you could level up to like 19 efficiently.
Oh, wow. Did you do that in any of the races, or it's just the league start thing?
I did that in one of the races at least. Like I at least tried to. I wasn't good. I don't think we got a good instance for it.
Yeah.
It was, the first one was like 5, and then it was like 3 and 2 and 2.
Oh. Alright, here we go.
And iron. Then Akadui, you'll burn. Burn, burn, burn! Stand still.
Trick for Arusha seems to be like aiming perfect strike at her